today. There is nothing more important than seeing to it that the 2.5 million orphans, the 11,000 children on the streets and towns of our country can find a place to sleep, a place to find an education, and a place to find love like any of us. Each one of you can give a story of sacrifice, because our nation, Uganda, and Africa as a continent is built on sacrifice. We all stand today and we are what we are today because previous generations sacrificed so that we could be here today. I'm talking about those who fought slave trade many centuries ago so that today we may not be slaves. I'm talking about those who fought colonialism many years ago so that we would not be slaves, we would not be colonized. Many of them passed on in those struggles, but they did so saying, I may die today fighting against colonialism. But I know very well that some 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road, my son won't be colonized, my son won't be a slave. It's because of those sacrifices that today we are free men. And we can walk and do everything the way we want to do it. Bringing it down to our time right now, each one of you can give a story of a parent, a guardian, or somebody who paid your tuition, despite the fact that themselves, they did not even reach school. You can talk of a mother who was a widow, but she struggled, she sold pancakes, she sold this and that, so that you could go to school. She may not be driving today, but she knows that I may not drive a car today, but my daughter, my son will drive a car some 5 years from now. It's this sacrifice and these stories that define our nation, Uganda. And it's this sacrifice that I'm proud to be part of today, working with all of you in this room. We call this project 500 days because it's a challenge to our generation. What can we do within 500 days to take all those children off the street? What can we do within 500 days to stop child trafficking, to stop defilement, to stop child sacrifice in Uganda today? Each one of you here has a voice, and today your voice has to be heard. Starting today for the next 500 days, your voice has to be heard. If you reject the notion that a child should live on the streets, grow up on the streets, just because they have no parents to look after them, we need to hear your voice. If you reject the notion that child traffickers and there are people in this country who are here in neighboring African countries, they look for, before they used to look for children and people of our age, abduct them and then cut their chests open. When they cut someone's chest open, they take your organs from your body. They take out your lungs, your heart, your kidney, and all other parts that are essential. And then sell them off to someone because that person simply has money. We are here to tell them today that your days of doing that are numbered, and we are coming for you. I speak today as an individual, but I speak on behalf of a full generation. No matter what comes our way, we'll have our shares of difficulty and uncertainty ahead of us. Sometimes we look ahead and the road will be all dark and we wonder, shall we make it there? The roads will be full of potholes and we'll look and we're like, shall we make it past that road? We'll not look at the next step. I don't want you to get caught thinking about those next steps. I want you to get caught thinking about now. What can we do? Each one of us has something to contribute. It was written in the New York Times, an article that today in the world there are more slaves than during the slave trade era. And we as a generation are here to take that back. There comes a time in the existence of any generation when that sacrifice within them, when that love within them has to explode. And when it does, they spring up and do something to change their own generation.